On live right now. Let me just lock it down. Let me get to the Facebook page.
All right.
What's good, people? Tonight's Talk That Talk, DJ Cisco, Ladi Miz, and we got a good one.
Oh, yes, we do.
Some child trafficking. Oh, Lord, this is going to be a crazy topic.
And so it's not a good one. It's a bad one, but it's a good topic.
Yeah.
But it's a bad situation.
Very, very bad. I'm not saying child trafficking is good. Yeah, so we have, there was the person I was trying to get in touch with earlier, and her name is Chrissy, because I wanted her to share some of her stories in that Poughkeepsie area where they have something going on up there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so hopefully she'll tune in and share some stuff with us also. But I'm just trying to.
That's a little close to home. It's making me nervous. Yeah. But I guess it's everywhere. So, you know what I mean? That's why we got to be aware and have these conversations.
Definitely. So as I cue everything up, and I'm going to get started on the radio station.
Okay.
Get out of that. Hey, so how was your day so far?
Thursdays are always very busy days for me. I do from the ground up in the earlier part of the day, and I was handling a lot of other business things. So I'm always busy on Thursdays, extremely busy. But now, I'm cool now. After this, then I'm clocking out.
I feel you.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to do a few things, but damn so. All right. So just going live. Big shout out to everybody out there on the DJC Radio Global site. We're going live there right now. So if you want to tune in there, you could definitely go check it out. Tonight is Talk That Talk every first 2 Thursdays of each and every month. And we have the one, the only Ladi Miz.
Yes.
Get it started.
What's up, y'all? It's the one and only Ladi Miz on DJC Radio Global, and you are now tuned in to Talk That Talk. Let's get it. Talk to me, yeah. Talk to me, yeah.
All right, Talk That Talk, first 2 Thursdays each and every month. I hope my levels are good. People, please let us know if the levels are not right, all right?
Yes. We will keep an eye on that. Make sure y'all let us know. Big shout out to everybody that's starting to tune in. We want to thank y'all for supporting us. This is a deep one.
Yeah, it's a deep one. This one takes us back to the beginning of time, actually, with they said for like rituals and secret societies. So
we're going to get into all of that. We are going to get into all of that. But until we get it started, we're going to take a couple of minutes just to get some things in order. We're going to ask that if you are tuned in right now to please share this live right now. Hit the share button right now while we get things in order.
That's what I'm talking about. Share. And Miz, don't you have a new album or a new single out?
I sure do. I have a few things out. So y'all know I got Telling My Story, which is one of the singles that I dropped. I also have I always forget to say this, but I have I'm Still Here, which was something that I did when we were on lockdown quarantine. Kind of still on lockdown, but not as much.
Yeah.
I have that. And I also have Take It Slow. Take It Slow is a whole nother side of me. So that's one of my many personalities that I have when I'm on the mic, which brings me to my next thing. I have an album coming out on my birthday, which is coming up July 11th. That's 7/11. I have an album dropping, and that album is called Different Personalities, and you guys will be able to get that on all streaming platforms.
That's what's up. Now, I heard a few joints, and oh my gosh, the cuts are dope. I think we should get into one of those right now while people are sharing.
Okay, well, why not? Which one you want to get into? You want to go to what haven't been heard or what's already been heard?
What haven't been heard? I want to go to you, Mikey D, and Cash on Abel.
Oh, okay. All right. So I want to give a shout out to Big Jazz Productions who produced that track. I know he did a lot of things with 50 Cent and he did some stuff for Mobb Deep and a few other people in the industry. So a big shout out to him and shout out to Cash on Abel from the ATL and Mikey D from Queens for featuring on this joint with me. This joint is called You Don't Want It, Baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Big shout out to Cage Money. Cage Money. What's up, man? Share, buddy. Tonight we got a great show. This right here is Ladi Miz, Cash on Abel, and Mikey D, and this is called You Don't Want It.
You don't really want no beef. Niggas know you ain't straight. Yeah. You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't straight.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want to smoke with misery in the head.
You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't street.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want no smoke with misery in the head.
All eyes against me. They claim you fuck with me, but you hating low key. I see through your fake smiles, peep the jealousy. Streets are telling me that I'm that thorough chick and you niggas ain't like me. You niggas is shiesty. You think that I'm crazy? That I might be. So I keep my distance, avoid the felony. Nigga, I'm the shit, so I know you smelling me. You the hottest rapper? That would never be. That will be me. That's why you envy. I'm in your memory. I'm the most slept on. That's why I'm the maddest. In this pain that you caused turned me to a savage. I'm far from average. One of the baddest. Stop lying on your dick, nigga. You never had this. Your game is weak, nigga. You couldn't smash this. You were fatherless child, so I call you a bastard. You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't straight.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want to smoke with misery in the head.
You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't street.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want no smoke with misery in the head.
What the problem is, these cowards ain't bout it on the wrong street. Get they GPS rerouted. They funny clowns, tell them put their money down. I battle them and their friends, whoever want around. They don't really want it with me. OG to the 100th degree, a real MC. So come get it. It takes 1 minute for you to get diminished and finished and run with it. We can do it a cappella or let the drums hit it. I'm the Holy Spirit, the Father and Son with it. Yeah, and you a lame enemy. You act tough, but then you change energy. When the real come out, cause you can't run your mouth when the still come out. Better stick to shucking the kids. You got a full-grown problem when you fucking with Miz.
You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't straight.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want to smoke with misery in the head.
You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't street.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want no smoke with misery in the head.
I was born with a chip on my shoulder, no pot to piss it. So fuck your opinion about my zero optimism. I'm from where it's gritty and cold. Gotta be bold, hoe a pimp by 12 years old. Some sell they souls. When I look you in your eyes, I see the level of fear. Wouldn't survive a night on the yard getting touched in the rig. Yo, I swear these little niggas really couldn't compare to the lyrical spitters that I got standing right here. I got Ladi Miz to the left of me, who's the queen MC that brings out the best of me, leaving them hoes to rest in peace. Not to mention I got Mikey D to the right of me, and it's an honor OG to tell you that you inspire me. See, I'm a Queens nigga too, rapping for the turf. Just tell me who it is and I'll remove him from the earth. We ain't tolerating no disrespect. I fucking choke him till his skin runs cold, or the bones in his neck disconnect.
You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't street.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want to smoke with misery in the head.
You don't really want no beef. You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't street.
Yo, 9 out of 10, know them cowards just pretending they don't really want no smoke with misery in the head.
Yeah, it's your girl, Ladi Miz, Mikey D, Cash on Abel, 845 in Queens. What up? ATL, what up? Yo, you don't really want no beef. No beef. Niggas know you ain't straight. You don't really want no beef. No beef. Niggas know you ain't straight. You ain't straight.
Gangsta, gangsta, gangsta.
Yeah. You know, we had to drop a little hood one for y'all.
You sound so in your element rapping on that.
Yo, that beat, you know, that's like a boom bap type of beat. And you know, I
Yeah.
love those. That's my era right there.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what I gotta start doing. I'm trying to make these beats that sound like these young boys. I gotta do some boom bap shit. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Listen, all of it is good. You can't. I wouldn't say to do something exactly like that.
Okay.
I mean, you could do that too, but do different stuff. Don't stay stuck in one thing, because you know it's many different type of styles out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot. People, thank you for sharing so much. Big shout out to my man Mark, Cage Money, Doug, Chinks Brinks. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you. Oh man, so all the
big shout out to Chinks Brinks here. He got his interview is going to be coming up next week on From the Ground Up Productions. So make sure you guys tune in for that and check his stuff out. He got a lot of dope music out right now. That's the Bay. The Bay, that's one of my favorite ones. So big shout out to Chinks.
Yep. I used to kill that. That's the Bay, and that's the Bay.
Check that one, flex it with the Bay. Okay.
Big shout out to Mama. There goes that band. You had a great interview.
That interview was today with Sydney. He's the member of From Mama There Goes That Band. And listen, I love that interview. I was learning a lot from him. That's why I love to do these type of things, because you just learn a lot from the people that come on. And he had a great vibe. And it was just a dope interview altogether. So big shout out to them. Make sure y'all go download their music too. They're bringing a whole different vibe, good spirit, good feeling, peace and positivity. That's what they all about. So make sure y'all go check them out.
Mama There Goes That Band. Their song is We Can Make It, and they're on one of the best record labels in the world.
JC Radio Go. Well, yes, we talked about that.
All right, people. So, man, I hope you guys are having a good week so far. It's Thursday once again. Another month. Time flies, right, Miss?
Oh, my goodness. Who are you telling? Time is going by so quick. I don't even know the days anymore. I don't know about you, but I don't know the days anymore.
Like I say, I only know what day it is when it's garbage night. And today is Thursday, garbage night. And I know talk that talk because it's the first of the month. Happy July to everybody out there. July is Cancers, right?
That's right, baby. Cancer, stand up. This is our time. This is our season. You already know what it is, yo.
So somebody got a birthday on a roll of a dice 7-Eleven date.
You already know. Luck number 7-11, and that's obviously the day that my album is dropping. Different personalities, yes. So big shout out to all the Cancers out there. Y'all know we run this.
I don't think so. Pisces, February Pisces. We're a little bit weird, but we cool.
Nah. Big shout out to the Pisces. My daughter's a Pisces. Actually, you share the same birthday as my daughter, so
unbelievable.
Y'all get a little pass.
Just ain't a little pass because we got a little bit of moody times going on with us. Anyway,
sure do.
She's like, sure do. That's a whole nother show, Miz. We'll talk about that later. Listen, so we're going to talk about human trafficking tonight. I think we chopped it up enough. I think we should jump into it, Miz.
Let's get into it. Oh Lord. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Check this out.
Yeah.
I was a little afraid to talk about this topic because when you hear about all the things that's going on, it makes you a little nervous to talk about it. So before we even start this, I'm gonna tell everybody right now. First, I want to tell you to share this live. If you tune in right now, make sure you guys share this live right now. Share. Now, let me say what I got to say.
Yeah.
What everybody needs to know is that neither one of us is suicidal. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. Okay. It's a lot of things going around right now where they're trying to say that people had issues, they were upset, they're hanging themselves. They'll use anything against people to try to make it look like something happened. So I want to first let that be known, okay? And why? Because you never know what people are up to. When you're dealing with whoever, the higher ups is what they want to call them, you never know. So nobody's suicidal over here. And whatever we're discussing today is based off of what's already circulating online and what's already on the internet, what people are already talking about. We're just going to talk about what's already out there. And I'm making that clear. Don't come for me.
Ain't nobody coming for us, man. We are just talking about stuff that's already out there. We're not like bringing up no new names or no new people and stuff like that. So we are fine, man. This is stuff that you can find on the internet yourself, even if you wasn't listening to the show. Now, why
Most
is
definitely.
come on, don't start this bullshit. Anyway, so we have some videos that we want to share with you guys. Google
So
internet.
which one you want to get into first? Because listen, guys, here's the deal. Right now, at this time, we are going through some troubling times. Besides the fact that we already got to deal with, the black unarmed people getting murdered in the street. We're dealing with coronavirus. We're dealing with all the things that's going on. We're dealing with this president. And now these things are starting to come out about the sacrificing of young kids and the sex trafficking. And we just want to talk about these things and bring awareness to them. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss. Go ahead. I thought you were finished. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I want to know also from the people, if you're tuned in and you know some information or you have some information, call the show or put it in here and let us discuss this, because I think communication is key. We got to talk about these things.
Yes. One, I just want to say to the ladies out there, to the black ladies, please be vigilant while you're shopping at Target. You're going to places with malls, and don't think you're safe just because it's broad daylight. People have been abducted, forced into their car at gunpoint, and people talk a good one until something happens to them and they're put in that situation. So you think that you'll fight and scream. You'll freeze if a big black gun is in your face and they'll push your ass in the car. It's like happened like numerous times. That's one. Two, we have some hate groups going around targeting minorities, Muslims, and they're currently mad because of the way that the nation is like uniting. So they are doing hangings at night, beating up people. So just please be vigilant everywhere you walk.
Yes.
Like especially if you're like in an area where it's not that many minorities and you're in an area, just please be vigilant. Not saying that every place is bad or people are out to do that, but just please be vigilant. 2, 3, watch your kids. Please, I'm tired of going places and seeing kids wander off while their parents are shopping, letting them run around the store. Bro, all they got to do is pick up, cover the mouth, and run out, and you'll never see your kid again.
That is so scary. That really is so scary.
Easy.
Oh my gosh. When I think about that, for me as a female, as a woman, and also knowing other women and that went missing, even in my area, that when you think about size, I mean, these women were bigger than me. So if they can snatch them up, then what does that say for everybody else? And what does that say for us or anybody? So you got to be very careful.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Now, back in the days, you remember the 5% Nation, Ms.?
Yes, the 5%ers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they used to whip my ass and chase me home because I had big feet. They used to try to take my sneakers. This is growing up in Brooklyn, Queens, whatever. That's just how it was. Anyway, but as I got older and I started learning their teachings, some of the stuff that they said back then is coming to light now. One of the things they said, King Charlie Prince was good, man. Welcome to the show. Alina was good. One thing they said was, and this never leaves me, they said that a certain religious group of people dating back to biblical times were known for doing human sacrifices, which they needed a child, like a young kid. Okay, so fast forwarding, these people that own these McDonald's, own these Western beef, these meat markets, I heard that they're still doing these sacrifices, and get this, they're disposing of the bodies in their meat plants, and they claim that McDonald's meat is some human meat in there. Have you ever heard that before?
I heard that before. Yes, I have. Let me just big shout out to Cash on Neighbor on the check-in. Big shout out to Contagious, Real Street Records on the check-in. I see y'all. Listen, I definitely heard that, and this is one of the reasons why I don't even fuck with McDonald's. I don't eat Wendy's. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Taco Bell. I don't eat none of that stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I did and was eating Chick-fil-A though. I don't know what was going on. I was eating Chick-fil-A, but I don't mess with none of that stuff, and I'm so glad that I did. Can I tell you a quick story about meat?
Of course.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. All this whole eating flesh, what is it called? Cannibalism?
Yes.
Okay. I was eating at a restaurant. I don't know if I should say this restaurant name because I don't want no trouble, right? And I don't know, and I don't want no issues on DJC Radio Global. But I'm gonna tell y'all.
Yeah, I just said McDonald's. Go ahead though.
Oh, we just said McDonald's, right? So I ate at Olive Garden. Fuck it, right? I ate at Olive Garden one time. And I'm gonna tell you about in my area, me and my whole family got sick. And this is even before this whole thing came out. I said to my family, I said, yo, I feel like I'm eating human flesh. And I started gagging. So when I hear that they are putting human flesh in the meat that most people go to these places and eat, I 100% believe that shit. I believe it. This is sick.
Yeah. It is definitely something to think about. And people say, oh, you know, black people are conspiracy theorists and we always thinking crazy shit. But did you ever realize how years later, shit that we thought about does come out to be true? A lot of stuff came out to be true that we talk about. So we're going to play some videos for you guys. We want you to watch these videos closely. Lady Miz sent me a few clips. Which one do you want to start with, Miz?
Let's start with the very first one I sent you. Do you remember which one that was?
You sent me a news. Oh, that very first one. Yeah.
The very, very first one. Okay, yeah. We're gonna watch this together and talk about this shit together because I want to know what y'all think. And also, I want to know if y'all even believe it. Do y'all believe it, or do you think it's, you know, just some made up shit? I believe it.
Do you know what the name of it is? Because when I try to click on it, it doesn't want to open. But if I go to YouTube and get it, because I think that one was on Instagram, right?
No, I sent that to you in Messenger.
Oh yeah, you did.
I believe I sent it to you in Messenger. Go ahead and roll whichever one you want to do first.
All right, let's see. Let me try to get this shit going. Yeah, so
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, but the thing about human trafficking going on now, there are many different reasons why they are doing it. One, they're doing it for families that can't go through the like adoption agencies legally, so they get these kids with no documents to trace them back to anywhere, and they bring them over here and they sell them. Two, they do it to harvest their organs. They take their organs. 3, shit, they do it just, it's horrible to say, just to have someone to abuse and use as sex slaves and all kinds of
They get off on that. Yeah. They get off on abusing people and especially kids. And before we even get deep into this conversation, I want to say that you got to pay attention to some of these movies that's out there that kind of like they be hitting that stuff, because there's a movie, I think it's called Hostel. Yeah. And that movie, yes, they kind of show how they be taking people, beating them, killing them, and all this stuff. They get off on it. They're very high people in high places, and this is the stuff that they do. And they're talking about this is the main thing that people in Hollywood do. So everybody trying to fight to get in this Hollywood, you might not want to go in there and ask yourself why the hell Dave Chappelle ran the hell up out of there.
Exactly. So we're gonna watch a video about Jeffrey Epstein being connected to Trump and Clinton when it comes to sex trafficking. Do you want to show that one?
Yep, let's go ahead and show that.
All right, beautiful. Let me get that up.
Okay.
Let's talk about the powerful people.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments.
Doubt about it, Jeffrey.
Or you can call the show.
Let's talk about
after the video. Let me stop this. I'm trying to stop it. All right, please. We would love to hear from you guys regarding this crazy but real topic tonight. We're gonna get that playing for you right now.
King Charlie Prince, you already know. I know you know a lot. You need to call in, brother.
Share screen.
Make sure y'all share this live. Share this live right now, please.
Powerful people in politics that were friends were friends of Jeffrey Epstein, including former President Bill Clinton, who I think records show flew on his jet several times. President Trump is quoted with glowing words about him back in 2002.
He is. In fact, we have that from 2002. He talked about him to New York Magazine, saying that he's a fun guy. I've known Jeff for 15 years, he said in 2002. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life. Obviously, that's seen in a far different light today. But you're right, there is a connection here. You mentioned...
Everything good?
Okay. Yep.
Former President Clinton flying on his plane multiple times, being on his private island. President Trump reportedly at least once on his plane. The two reportedly dined together. And at one point, Epstein was actually a member at Mar-a-Lago and had been to Mar-a-Lago, but then was barred at one point after, according to court records, which Julie Brown also wrote about, he was accused of sexually assaulting an underage girl there.
I would be remiss not to bring up with you the current Labor Secretary, Alexander Acosta, who is very tied to this because he was a big part of securing this sweet plea deal for Epstein back in 2008 that got him, very little jail time, charged with prostitution, trafficking, and by the way, that none of the victims knew about.
No, they didn't. So,
but it's not on the part that we were discussing. So I'm not sure.
The Southern District. So he had to oversee this deal. He had to basically say, okay, with the team of attorneys. And at the time he said, well, they lacked the evidence to prove that he had violated federal law. There's been a lot of pushback on that.
That's not the right. You probably get into that, but I don't think you're on the right part. Big shout out to Kimberly Montgomery. I see you. Big shout out to D Moet in the building. Don't think that is either that's not the right one or it's not at the right part of what we're discussing. So I don't know if you guys heard of adrenochrome. Is there anybody that's familiar with that term and what it means? Adrenochrome. I'm going to tell you what I learned about it, okay? One of the things that I learned about that is that it's like a witchcraft type of thing. It's something that, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, because I'm still kind of researching and learning about this. It's something that they do when they take kids and they use them or sacrifice or use their blood to look younger. Okay, so they're hurting, they're harming, abusing, and murdering these kids, and then they're taking their blood and they're drinking it and using that because they believe that is going to make them look young. And what it is that the adrenaline rush that's happening when they're killing them is what they say is helping them look young. I don't know, you know what I mean? That's some of the things that I was when I was looking at it, that's what they were saying. And somebody had explained that what that means, it's kind of like when you see the Chinese people, how they are cooking dogs alive. And they're saying when they're boiling dogs alive, it changes, what is that? It changes the flavor of the meat. That's why they do it to them when they're alive. So whatever they're doing to these kids, when they're killing them, when they're murdering them, whatever's going on in their body, that adrenaline rush is doing something to their blood. And they believe that is what's helping them stay youthful and whatever else the hell is doing. I think it's sick.
It's definitely sick. And I've definitely heard that also. And there was a guy, I think he was a Rothschild, or I think he was like a Halliburton. He lived to be like 113. And they said that he was doing that on the reg.
Really?
So, yeah, definitely. So I don't know if it works or, it's sick, but who would even, man, listen, this shit's been since way before us, and it's going to continue to go on because there's a demand for it. So to get this up on the screen, Miz, but I don't know what the hell is going on. When we did a practice run, everything was beautiful as usual. And then when we get here, this shit happened. So I'm trying to play these videos. So we
You
can see
also
it.
got to understand too that there's a book called. Remember, I talk about this book a lot. I have it, and I actually need to reread it so that I can remember. I forgot a lot of things in it, but it's called "Behold the Pale Horse." What's that noise in the back?
Come now.
That was a video
only a dream.
that needs to stop.
Oh, okay,
And I'm
it's
sorry
playing
about that.
here. It's called "Behold
Yeah.
a Pale Horse," guys. That book it has a lot of information about also what's going on in today's time. This is some witchcraft stuff. And also they were saying that Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy Puffy, had wrote a book about how do you pronounce it? Adrenochrome. He actually wrote a book about adrenochrome, but they also stated, so let me make sure I'm clear when I say this, that they were unclear if he was the actual author of this book. So they removed the book and they took it down off of Amazon and Barnes and Noble because I don't know if they took it down because they don't want people to know that information or if they took it down because he wasn't the true author of the book. But that book was exposing a lot of the things that are going on today with the sex trafficking, with the human trafficking, with, selling off little kids, you know what I mean? So, and killing them and murdering them. So, yeah.
Wow. That's totally incredible. I have never heard that. But did you hear something called the Bohemian Grove?
Yes, I did hear about the Bohemian Grove. It's where the rich, they say, where the rich and powerful go to misbehave, right? I was reading that another article too. Big shout out to DJ Russ. I see you on the check-in. Yeah, I did hear about that, and I read it also. They were talking about a lot of different things.
Let me try
people in high places that have a lot of dark secrets, where there's a lot of business leaders, there's former U.S. presidents, musicians, and etc. There's these people that's involved in a lot of these things as well. So again, there's supposed to be forms out that is public record. I noticed that a lot of people were sharing this on social media where they would sharing this stuff where a lot of people was under investigation behind these things. And if you pay attention to the media, even though they're not talking about it as much, you do see a lot of people getting arrested and certain people in protective custody, and they are starting to talk, and these people have a lot of information that they're about to expose, and it is connected to some of the stuff that we're talking about now. So do we know everything and know for a fact? We don't. We only know what they're putting out there.
All right. So now Hillary Clinton, some of their aides or their associates were arrested for human trafficking over in Haiti. They claimed that they were peacekeepers and were people trying to help the kids and all that stuff. They got busted trying to take 30 kids from Haiti to America. And the company traced back to a company someplace in Nebraska that had like a big campground or whatever. So they were trying to take 30 kids and they got arrested over there. And these were people representing Hillary Clinton.
Yes. King Charlie Prince. He's the one that sent me some of this information. He's on right now on the check-in. King Charlie Prince, he's saying right now that he said he got a list of everyone's names in the Bohemian Grove. So King Charlie Prince, why don't you call the show? 347-352-8625. Call the show and let us know, because listen, we're talking about this, but we don't know everything about it. So we would love for the listeners and the people that's tuning in to tell us what you know so that we can all be on the same page.
And if you call in, you can be anonymous if you want, so we won't say your name.
I already did it. I just said it.
No, it's all good. After King Charlie Prince.
He said King Charlie. Don't worry, King Charlie Prince. We ain't gonna say it.
So anyone want to call in and be anonymous after him, you guys can definitely call in, because this is something that we need to talk about. Kids disappear by the millions each and every year worldwide, never to be seen again. And this is not something that's just a racial thing, because it goes on in Africa also. So it's not just like one race of people doing this. This is something that's worldwide. It's something that people do for religious beliefs. It's something that sick, rich people just do because they can.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's something that people do for they believe that it's going to give them like everlasting life. So there are several different reasons why people are doing this. It's not like a race thing. We're not talking about one type of religion. This is something that is real, and you need to protect your kids. Now, what I want to talk about that really bothers me, you know, like the Bloods and the Crips and gangs, period. You know, like back in my days, they were just street level guys selling some hand-to-hand stuff or whatever. You know, probably had a big organization selling some dope or whatever. Now they got into the human trafficking game. Bloods and Crips go out and bring people to the club.
You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Before I say this, let me just repeat the number. King Charlie Prince, I put it in. You told me to repeat it, but I did put it in the room, the chat. But that number is 347-352-8625. That's 347-352-8625. And DJ Russ, we do want to talk about Pizzagate. Why don't you call in also and help shed the light on what you know? So going back to the Bloods and Crips, I did hear that it's a lot of street dudes, because look, people is hungry and they thirsty and they want money, right? Motherfuckers is struggling, whatever they're going through, they will sell your ass off to somebody else. So I did hear that a lot of people is involved in that. So you might think that don't just put a white face on it. You know, a lot of times people want to look at stuff and they just want to put a face on it and make it look like, oh, it's just these type of people. Nah, it's all types of people. This don't have no color. This right here is not about race. Okay, it's about evil and sickness that these people are doing. All right. Yes. So, when you're looking at these dudes on the block, if you know that they'll sell your mother crack, they probably will sell your kids too.
And the thing is this, Miz, there is a person in the hood that has a connection, meaning, bring me a kid, certain age, certain weight, certain race, and this kid will get you 50 G's. We can split that. I know who to bring them to. That's how it is now. Like everyone is involved. Do you guys remember last year before COVID-19 hit, a bunch of little kids were just being taken and killed, and black people was taking them, and you found the kids in the woods dead, and white people was snatching them? Like it was a whole bunch of kids being taken.
Yes.
Some of those were sacrifices. Some of those were for organs. And some of those were just sick people. But why do you stop hearing about stuff like that all of a sudden? Just because you stop hearing about it does not mean that it's not happening.
That's a fact. Just because you know what? They want to distract us with the other stuff that's going on. I believe, listen, we got to face the fact that a lot of the stuff on television and the media is a distraction for what is really going on behind closed doors. A lot of these people that are in control of a lot of this stuff is involved in it. A lot of these things that we have access to, that we take advantage of, even in social medias, these people in these places are down with these people. So of course they're going to put other stuff in front of us to distract us, so that we can fight with each other over our differences, so that we're not looking at the shit that's really going on that can affect us all, because we are all in danger at this point. So, we really got to be careful. I'm reading a comment from Ray. He said there are kids from Mexico. There are kids from Mexico that were taken when they crossed the border that are still missing, okay? That are still missing. Imagine if you are a parent and this shit happened to you and you don't know where your kid is at. And it's over here with the motherfucker that own the record label that you're trying to sign with, right? Because some of you don't know who these people are that's involved in this shit. That's Hollywood might not be the perfect place. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm gonna say this shit because I don't give a shit. I know people be saying, be careful with what you say. I don't need to be involved with them people because they're very dangerous people. See, when you're in this game, you got to know what you want. And what I don't want is to be involved with people like that. Those sick, devil worshiping, freaking sick. Look, I don't even know you. I got so many things going on in my freaking mind right now that I just want to say that I hope that God protects me and never let me align myself with people like that. Okay, I don't ever want to be aligned with people like that. There's some sick people out there.
Some very sick people. And I just want to give people out here, if you have a troubled youth, brother, sister, nephew, niece, whomever, that is in a group home, that is in most of the private group homes, meaning there are a bunch of city group homes, but then there are private group homes that work underneath the city umbrella. I know a lot of those group homes upstate New York where people go and prey on those young girls. And some of the guys and girls that work in the group homes have them prostituting at night. So some of the girls speak out, but when some of the girls get that fast money and they start living that life, they don't talk. I know somebody right now going through it right now.
Are you serious?
In Poughkeepsie, New York. Yeah. And
oh my God,
there was an investigation that was supposed to be done.
So sad.
It's been years and shit ain't been done. So I'm starting to think that the local authorities are in on it. Because there's no way in hell. And they operate on Facebook. They operate under codes. They're from Brooklyn. They operate on codes. They get the girls from these group homes. They turn them out in Connecticut and Brooklyn. And how the hell do I know this? So the cops should know this. But it's been going on for years and they ain't do a damn thing yet. So that right there is telling me somebody's getting paid off and it's bigger than what we see.
Most definitely. King Charlie Prince, where you at? We waiting to hear from you. You said you got name. We want to hear. We want to know what you know. Tell us. If you don't want to call, put it in there. You know what I'm saying? You said repeat the number. I gave it to you. I'm trying to find out what you know. DJ Russ, talk to us about this Pizzagate. Because I do, I don't know. Are you familiar with that, DJ Cisco?
Yes. Pizzagate is a conspiracy theory that went viral during 2016. During the presidential election. It has been extensively discredited, but that don't mean shit. In March of 2016, the personal email account of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, was hacked in a spear phishing attack. WikiLeaks published his emails in November 2016. Proponents of the Pizzagate conspiracy theory falsely claimed the emails contained coded messages that connected several high-ranking Democratic Party officials and U.S. restaurants with an alleged human trafficking and sex ring. One of the establishments allegedly involved was the Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria in Washington, D.C. Members of the alt-right, conservative journalists, and others who had urged Clinton prosecution over Clinton's emails spread the conspiracy theory on social media outlets such as 4chan, 8chan, and Twitter. I've never even heard of those 4chan, 8chan. I'm gonna to look that shit up. In response, a man from North Carolina traveled to Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria to investigate the conspiracy and fired a rifle inside the restaurant. The restaurant owner and staff also received death threats from a lot of conspiracy theorists. Now, listen, after reading that could be something from the alt-right that just don't like Democrats. I don't know. However, I do know Clinton is connected to taking kids from Haiti. That's public knowledge. That's all over the YouTube. I'm not saying nothing that you guys don't know, so don't come after me. But this is possible. So that's what Pizzagate's about.
Cash on Abel said it's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. Okay.
I got you. I was just reading what it says. All right. So
Ray said, remember the black girl who went live because they were trying to kidnap her. I do remember that. I don't know if you remember that. She was in she was in an Uber,
Yeah.
and she said that the guy started going the wrong way, not where she was going, and then he pulled up to some type of warehouse type of place,
Yeah.
and was trying to tell the guys like to come out, I guess to come out and get her, and she was able to jump out the car and run away. So that's a little crazy too. DJ Russ on the check-in, he said those emails were from those are the emails that Clinton got rid of on the computer, what you were just talking about.
So they're saying child sacrifice dates back to biblical times, and they said that some people still practice it. I know in Judaism, they claim back in the days that they used to sacrifice children. Now, there is a time where, huh?
You said they used to?
Kids, listen, this is what I'm about to tell you. So in Brooklyn, if you're from Brooklyn and you ever lived in a Jewish neighborhood, you know exactly what I'm about to say. There, I don't know what you call it, but now they use chickens. They claim back in the days they used kids, but now they use chickens. So there's one day, Alina, if you know what this ritual is, or this day, or whatever you call it, is they get a bunch of chickens and they put them in the street. So they get the chicken and they sacrifice the chicken. Now, I've seen this with my own eyes. They get the chicken, they wring his neck, and they do it every year as a sacrifice. So they're saying now, because we're in like more human times and we're trying to be morally correct, that they don't use kids, but they used to use babies to do this. I don't know how true that is.
That's
so
crazy.
This has been going on since the beginning of time.
This is a sick. We living in a sick, crazy world. I don't know.
World.
One of the people that I was listening to on one of those videos, he was saying something about check out this song called Hotel California.
Yeah.
Did you? He said that they're telling you a lot in that song. Did you? I haven't had a chance to listen to the song yet. Did you listen to it?
We analyzed that song in my music class in the 9th grade.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's called Welcome to Hotel California. Such a beautiful place. Lovely song. We came to the conclusion that they were talking about hell, but in the song, they were talking about things that you can get away with doing. And some of them were sexual acts, and some of them were sacrifices. So yeah, whoever told you that were definitely on point.
No, it's in one of those. I don't know if it was a video or article that I read where they were talking about, check out that, because the information they're kind of telling on themselves in that song. But I didn't get a chance to listen to it. But I'm going to listen to that song because I'm curious to know. I don't know if you remember when they're trying to make, or was trying to make, pedophilia legal.
I don't know about, well, yeah, I guess you're right about legal, but I do know this because like on the job when you get sensitivity training and all this bullshit. So now a part of sensitivity training is learning about the LGBTQI lifestyles, and they are trying to add pedophilia as a category of people who are attracted to younger kids. So they're trying to normalize the shit. You are absolutely right. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's again, I don't know. I don't want to say the world is getting worse, because I believe that they've been doing this shit. It's just now starting to come out. But it's just sad that our kids is at risk ever before. You know what I mean? That's what I think anyway. That's what I believe. Also, the reason why I believe, let me tell you why I believe this stuff about Hillary Clinton. When I look at Hillary Clinton, I see a woman who wants power.
So you need
Okay.
I was like, what'd she say? I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
talking back. Okay, so I see Hillary Clinton as a woman who wants power. When I look at her, she, look, I'm not going to say it as if she's the only woman out there that like this, but she don't care if her husband's talking or sleeping with or doing whoever. She just sits there and she's smiling and she's patient and she's waiting her turn. When I look at her, there's something. My ancestors be like, "Don't trust that bitch! Don't trust that bitch!" Yo, I don't know about y'all, but my ancestors be talking through me. Okay, they tell me when something don't feel right. They talk to me. I definitely believe that. But it's something about her that makes me wonder. Okay, it really do. And I do believe that she's also a very powerful woman, though. She's a very powerful woman involved in a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's just crazy though. Like, when will we ever know the truth? Do you think that we will ever know the truth?
I think that I was interviewing. Who was I interviewing? Oh my God, was it Cash on Abel or was it Chinks? I'm trying to think. No, it was Cyan, I think. I think it was Cyan, the rapper Cyan.
Okay.
From Atlanta. Big shout out to Cyan from Atlanta. So anyway, I was interviewing him and he said the way how they hide the truth and the way that they make people believe that things are not true is by saying it's a conspiracy theory. That's like the new word for everything to make people believe that it's not true. So my thing is this. Sometimes we gotta use our own logical thinking and put our own pieces together. Yeah, you could take some information, and I mean, we could still make errors and be wrong because we're human, right? But we still gotta look at what's being put out there and say, hold up. Like when I think about all this stuff with the kids, I'm like, okay, a lot of kids are going missing. A lot of things are happening. Things are coming out. People are getting arrested. People are talking. Some people are committing suicide when they're in the jails. These powerful people in these powerful places, something is going on that they don't want the people to know about. So to me, I believe that the truth is already coming out. I think that social media makes it easy for the word to spread. And they also make it where they try to create doubt. They try to create doubt so that we don't believe it, right? But I believe that shit. I don't give a damn. I believe it because I believe there's sick people. When you look at these movies, and I'm not saying that all movies are real, like shit can't happen, but not every mind is just making that shit up. They're getting that shit from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that they're getting it from somewhere. So the truth is already coming out.
Yeah, just like with those movies like Contagion and the things about the airborne pathogens that we used to watch. Now that shit is happening to us. Yes. And Ray, you are absolutely right. It's not just the gangs, it's people, period, that know the plug. But I was just saying that it's such a big business now that even gang members that's like some of their income and shit like that. Like that's something that they like adapted. So I'm trying to share the screens and it's not really being shared. So I don't know what's going on, Miss. I'm sorry about that. But everything that I was going to play, you are talking about it, and we are covering it.
Well, check this out, y'all. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to tell you, the information is out there on the internet. I mean, we can always put it in here in the chat if y'all want to see it later. You can always research these things yourself. What is it? Bohemian Grove. What is the other? Adrenochrome. You can look up these things for yourself to see it. But there are videos out there. If you want the video, we could forward the video. They're already there if you care to see it. But I got, a couple of people that sent me these videos is on here right now. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I wish they would call in and share that with us. But listen, I think that we should get into No, yeah, well, saying their names all out and shit. I'm just joking. But I think we should get that song that we played for you, you don't want it.
Right, that
Right?
song. Yeah, you played that. That was with me, Cash on Abel,
Yeah.
and Mikey D. That's gonna be on my album, which is dropping July 11th, this Saturday, y'all. It will be available on major platforms. And what was you about to say?
I got a question for you.
Oh, okay. What's your question?
You have many personalities. How many personalities comes through on this album?
I would say about 4 to 5 different ones come through on the album.
What about your other 15? When are you going to display those? I could joke. Anyway,
my husband talking. He calls me, and I don't even know what the hell this shit is. He be like, Sybil, and I be like, what the hell?
You don't know what Sybil is?
I don't know Sybil is. No, because you're older than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the young OG. I'm not the full OG.
You don't know Sybil. Anyway, so that song with Cash on Abel and Mikey D, by the way, Cash, you destroyed it. Mikey D did a great job also. You guys all killed it. Which personality is that?
That's my hardcore personality, okay?
And which outfit is that?
You act tough, but you soft, nigga. You ain't street. You know what I'm saying? that's the hardcore personality that I got.
All right. So what outfit is that on the album cover?
That outfit is the one with me with the bandana. Come on, you already know. I need a gangster. What? A gangster. I need a
gangster boy. Yeah. Listen, I was just asking so the people listening can put the picture together with certain songs.
Yes.
All right.
And
so
Instagram, go to Ladi Miz. You will find that I posted that also on there, where I'm showing you the different personalities. Each picture represents something, and it says it what it represents.
All right. So let's play one more song, or another song rather. Which one do you want that to be?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got a singing voice there. You said, Well,
y'all know I sing. So I don't know. How about let's go with different personalities.
Okay, cool. All right, you're tuning in to Ladi Miz DJ Cisco Talk That Talk. Tonight we're talking about human trafficking. Just sharing some information that is public knowledge out there on the internet. If you guys have anything that you want to share, hit us up privately, and we will talk about it without saying your names, because we need to know, people. If you know of any local trafficking going on, and you want to share that with us, like anonymously, you could do that also. I just share with you what I know going on upstate New York and in several other group homes. So please be vigilant, watch your family, and take care of yourself. This right here is Different Personalities, the name of the album, Different Personalities, and this is the signature song by Ladi Miz.
Who am I? Will I be proud of the legacy that I leave behind? The images that represent me? These are the questions one may ask. Do I love every part of who I am? I wanted to right, but when you do right, people think you're weak. Then I gotta show the other side of me. So then I ask, am I happy with what I see? I'm trying to figure out just who I be. When I look in the mirror, I see all different personalities, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is really me. Am I happy with what I see? I'm trying to figure out just who I be. When I look in the mirror, I see all different personalities, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is really me. Am I an average person or a rap star? Either I fell in this game or I'm gonna get far. Is my time now, or did it pass me by? And if my enemy dies, do I laugh or cry? Is life a game? Do I want the fame? Do all different people feel the same pain? And if I had no job, will I sell crack? And if I got rich, would I floss or give back? If you ain't think like me, do I find you strange? Am I a positive role model that can make a change? If I was looking for a way to make some money quick, just to pay my college tuition, will I straight? Do I like the party shit? That's what I doubt. Laugh hard, get drunk till I pass out. Is this for the
love or for the money? Who's this person in the mirror looking at me? Am I happy with what I see? I'm trying to figure out just who I be. When I look in the mirror, I see all different personalities, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is really me. Am I happy with what I see? I'm trying to figure out just who I be. When I look in the mirror, I see all different personalities, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is really me. Don't ever question that mind, you a fly chick, right? Smart girl, nice crib with a fly whip, but them haters, they don't want to see you have shit. So stay on your toes, think fast, move quick. Love yourself, girl, always pray, and thank God that he let you see another day. Stay real, ma, and fuck with real niggas. Don't surround yourself with sorry ass bitch niggas. And if you get hurt and feel like you wanna cry, let them tears fall from your pretty eyes. You a lovely person on the out and inside. You did nothing wrong, so you ain't gotta apologize. And if anybody trying to tell you otherwise, they might be the ones that you need to analyze. So stay true, girl, and do your thing. Sit back and watch all the joy you bring. Come on, am I happy with what I see? I'm trying to figure out just who I be. When I look in the mirror, I see all different personalities, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is really me. Am I happy with what I see? I'm trying to figure out just who I be. When I look in the mirror, I see all different personalities, and I'm just trying to figure out which one is really me.
It's the one in the middle.
The one in the middle?
You're the one in the middle.
Nah, I see good in all of them. They all a part of who I am. This one is just misunderstood. The other one just had a rough time. That's right. The one in the middle, that's just a part of me that matured. But they all me, yeah. I had to learn to accept every part of who I am. I love every part of who I am. And if you love me, you won't have to love all of them too. That's right. Because I do. They all me. Every last one of them. They all me. Yeah.
Woo! Yo, I gotta give a big shout out to Contagious. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Big shout out to Contagious for producing that track and also mixing and mastering. He's the engineer for that. Let me tell you, that's also a song. And I don't know if you remember when I was posting like all of my throwback joints when I was young on Instagram when I was rapping. But I came across that, and this was actually done a long time ago, around the time when I did the old Free. So I did this song actually about 10, a little more than 10, maybe, probably 12 years or so ago. And I decided, I said, damn, this fits actually what I want to do. The name of my album, Different Personalities. So boom, there it is, y'all.
That is dope as
Thanks,
hell.
Cash Tornado.
So you're saying that Contagious did that beat?
Yes, he did that beat. He did that beat years ago. I had to hit him up like, yo, I need you to dig in the crates. Like, because, you know, back in the day, you looking for shit. Remember DATs? Yeah. Music was on the DATs. So I'm like, damn, if this shit is on the DAT, I might not get it because everything is so digital now. But thank God that he was able to find that beat. And I was like, yo, it fits so perfectly. It's hard. Like for me, when I write to something, again, shout out to the producers because I get the vision from the beat. So I couldn't, like, I knew like I could do it to something else, but that fit so well, I didn't want to change it.
Nah, that right there is banging, man. I got every element. I got the piano, got the strings, got the dope. Love it. Now, the persons that's saying, I like the personality in the middle, is that Ray?
Yes, that's Ray.
I thought that's what's up.
All right, you know, in the middle, you know what I'm saying? You know how when you get into a fight and they tell you that, like it's the one in the middle.
Yeah. I was listen. So far, these are some of the hardest tracks I've ever heard from you.
You think so?
I think so.
What? I got way more harder shit than that. What you talking about?
No, there you go. I don't mean hard, like killing people. I mean, the shit sounds dope hard. You know what I mean? Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
You
All right.
are
So
the OG
I said,
gangster.
mother, dope, though, son. What you saying?
Nah, all your shit dope, son. All your shit dope.
I'm joking.
You are not joking. Anyway, tonight we're talking about human trafficking, but we're playing some joints from Ladi Miz's new album coming out. Dropping July 7th, July 11th.
7-11. Come on, that's the lucky number. You can't forget that.
It's Saturday, 7-11. Roll my dice. And we're talking about some serious shit though, human trafficking and all that stuff, and going on here in America and worldwide. So
yes,
a whole bunch of elite people are into they feel that they own the world because they're so rich and they can just do anything that they want and they can buy anything. So they basically can, and that's when and child trafficking comes into play. There's something going around saying when Obama, he didn't stop as many Mexicans coming to the border. He didn't stop as many, but they did stop some, and they were put into camps, whatever. There's something going around saying that there was a group that used to come and pick them up, claiming that they will take them back to Mexico, but come to find out that group were human traffickers. So they were using border crossing prisoners as, it was like a human mill. It was like a human place where you can just go, like you go pick up a puppy. Like, let's just go down to the border, to those camps, Homeland Security. Let's just pick a few kids. This is something that's super duper serious. And I'm telling, man, all you guys that got little kids, please keep your eyes on them in stores, shopping, and everything. Yes. Don't let them go anywhere by themselves, man, because no matter what you teach them and how you train them, I'm telling you, I'm a big dude. I could pick up a kid in a second, put my hand over their mouth, and vanish, and you guys would never know nothing or hear nothing.
Let me just say this.
I'm not saying I do some shit.
Let me give a shout out to Cash on Abel. His album is dropping July 31st, y'all. Second quarter. Make sure you guys go check that out. Big shout to Cash on Abel. So check this out, y'all. Listen to this shit.
Gosh, love that guy.
There's something called devil's breath. You heard of that before?
I was told my shit smell like that sometimes.
Listen, no, this is very serious.
I'm so sorry.
No. The reason that I'm talking to you guys about this, look it up if you have not heard of it before. It's a drug. It comes from a white flower from Colombia. I believe it's Colombia. Forgive me if I'm wrong by saying the wrong place, but I believe it comes from Colombia. It's a beautiful white flower, but it's a drug. It's a drug that make you lose all of your reasoning, senses, everything. So what happens is people can blow that. So there's a reason I'm telling y'all this, because you just said watch your kids. People can blow that in your face.
Yes.
And there would be no visual effect of what's going on with you, but the person can then control everything that you do at that point. They can tell you, yo, go in the house, go give me all your stuff, take all your money out the bank, and you'll physically go do everything they say. It's like you're under their command. So the reason that I'm saying you got to be careful, because we don't know who has access to this stuff. We don't know when we go out, when we're around someone, if they're passing you something, if they blow it in your face. It's so many things that we have to be careful for. So we're telling people to be careful, but what happens when we run into somebody and something like that? You can't even protect yourself from stuff like that. Now, I'm telling y'all, if you haven't heard of this, look up Devil's Breath and look up the videos of the investigations and all of the stuff that they did in reference to this shit. This shit is real and it's very dangerous. And the reason it's more dangerous than anything else is because you could be doing some shit and it just looks like you're doing it.
Yeah.
It takes away your free will of doing and thinking. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, check this out. I definitely heard about it, and I'm gonna tell you where I first heard about it. I first heard about it on one of those shows like NCIS or NCS, one of those shows where they fly around the world and they solve cases. They were in Colombia actually, and there was a few people that some of them died because they killed them, but then others was like, yo, like I don't know what happened. I just woke up and my bank account was gone, and then they traced their footsteps via surveillance tapes, and they saw when the person did it, and they saw when they went into that like robotic state of okay, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Yeah. So that shit is incredible. It's called Devil's Breath, and it does come from a white flower. And that shit can control your mind. This is not a sci-fi movie. This is the truth.
Right. It sure is. And there's been a lot of murders and a lot of things that happen under this. So I'm saying all of this because we got the sex trafficking, we got people taking, kids. We don't know if they're using that to get parents to give up their kids and do that. So you really can't trust no damn body in these times. You got to be careful. And shit, I guess it's a good thing we wearing a mask because at least they can't blow it in and we can't, at least this part is covered. But I don't know if it gets in your eyes or whatever. But be very careful. I want to read one of the comments in here. Ray said that there's over 1,500 kids from Mexico that are still missing. And he said that he thinks that these mass shooters are on that stuff or maybe affected by Devil's Breath. I also believe that too. And Cash on Abel said that would explain Chicago and every good in America. Did I read that right? That would explain Chicago and every good in America. Yeah. So Ray put the link in here, Devil's Breath. So guys, check that out. The people don't talk about this, and I noticed they don't really discuss this. I heard it one time on the news, and they don't talk about it.
There's a lot of shit that's out here that people don't talk about. Like the CIA, they could just have a little pin with something, walk by you, stick you, and you just drop dead. There are like 1,000 ways to get people. And like then they have this stuff where you're like paralyzed, where you could see and feel, but you can't move. And a lot of people were under that when their organs were taken.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
People
seeing something and feeling and can't. Oh,
I know, right? And can't move. People working in bathtubs full of ice. That is not a joke. They claim now they just opened up an investigation, reopened it up, and Ray knows about this. Remember that young black kid that was rolled up in the gymnasium, rolled up in like the mats?
Yes, and they stuffed his body with the paper.
Yes, his organs were all missing.
Yes, they took all his organs. Well, let me just make this public service announcement. You know, I got underlying health issues. I got high blood pressure, and my health ain't really that great. So don't come for me, because y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna live if you try to take my shit. Okay, I don't know how long I got. So don't come fucking with me. I ain't got shit that y'all want.
I was like, why is she saying this?
Fucking up my liver. Kiss my ass.
We are not saying anything that is not out there already. So, we're not saying that the Clintons and the Jeffrey Epsteins and the Trumps had an island where they were having sex with underage kids that were taken from places. We're not saying that.
Right.
It's on the internet. They're saying that. So this is just something new to us. Now, do you think Jeffrey Epstein was hanged, or do you think he committed suicide on his own?
I think that somebody killed him.
Why?
I don't think that these people. Why? Because I believe that when these people get locked up and they're at their last wits, they are ready to talk so that they can get their freedom. When your life is when you realize that your life is about to almost, and I'm not going to say be over in the sense where dying, but even though he's dead, meaning like you could be in jail forever, you know, everything that you wanted and you're that life you're used to, when everything is about to change for you and you know you got some valuable information that could get you out. But it's also some people in very high places that's going to make sure that that never happens.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, because he was
dead, unable.
Who?
He said he's not dead. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh Lord, you think Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, Cash? I didn't hear that one. They are called the cabal.
Yes, you're right, Ray. The news find one thing, like he said, that they want to talk about, and they focused on that one thing. But I never forget what you told me, Ray, how they'll play a lot of stuff on the TV because people are, they believe everything they see. But what's at the bottom of the screen is the real news that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So if you read the bottom, then you can see everything that's really happening. But when you're watching them, you're just seeing people's opinion, kind of like, honestly, with us. This is our opinion and what we think of what's going on. You see people's opinion of what's, but it's not always facts. And that's how we want to point that out. Everything that we're saying here is put out there. We don't have no concrete proof. This is just what's being circulated on the internet and what people are putting out there. So I'm just making that clear again.
Yeah. So do you have bitch. Come on, man.
Because they're crazy. You know they gonna try to come get us. Shit.
Well, listen. We ain't trying to sell our souls for shit. We just talking about some stuff that's going on. Because this is Ladi Miz Talk That Talk every first 2 Thursdays each and every month. And the alcohol is starting to kick in. So no telling what we're about to say now. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to keep it professional. This is Ladi Miz show.
Yes.
So seriously, though. But these kids are out here being taken each and every day. Yeah, Remember that girl, Eric, I think her name was Eric Benet Ramsey? What was her name? No. Benet Ramsey. This was way before your time, is probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
What happened to her? What about her?
She was taken. John Benet Ramsey. She was taken from her home. And that case was never, ever solved. Unsolved to this day. Now, she was a little girl that was in pageants. Now, I'm not knocking any parents that put their kids in pageants, but if I had a little girl, I'm sorry. I'm not putting my little girl in a bunch of makeup, no high heels, dressing like an adult just to try to win some damn award or some shit in a pageant.
Oh, wait. Yes, I kind of remember that.
Yeah. This is before your time because you're a young OG. But she ended up missing from the house while they were supposedly all sleeping. So they had evidence that she was taken from her room to the basement. They thought the father did it. They thought the mother had something to do with it. Then they thought that the handyman, but it was unsolved. It's unsolved to this day. And her brother is speaking out, but he's not really saying shit. So I think, now this may be crazy to you guys. I think the mother and the father were a part of something because they were like wealthy also. They were a part of some kind of secret organization or secret society, and they had to give her up for a sacrifice. That's what I feel in my heart. I don't have evidence on that, but I'm saying we have shit out there like that. But yeah, look that case up too, people.
That, you know what? I could believe it. I could believe it because you know when I was being a little naive, okay, to certain situations, and people were sending me stuff. I've been getting this stuff. I've been getting this information. I've been getting documents that they're saying is public record that is talking about a lot of these people that's under investigation. I've been getting a lot of this information on the kids and the sex trafficking and the people killing these kids and drinking their blood, and I've been avoiding it. I've been avoiding it, one, because it's disturbing to me. And I did not really want to believe that this stuff was true. I didn't want to believe it because it sounds so sick. You know what I mean? It's like really like some devil worshiping stuff. Okay. So I've been avoiding talking about this, but I believe that when you see this, there are some people that can harm their kids. I didn't want to believe it as a mother, knowing how much I love my kids, to know that somebody could do that to their own kids. It's extremely disturbing. I mean, look, you guys have kids too. Just imagine that. Imagine that. I don't ever want to ever get in a position where I'm around or have to deal with these type of people. I hope God, if it means that I continue to do where I'm at and stay doing what I'm doing where I'm at, then Lord, please keep me here. Keep me away from them sick people. Keep my family and my friends protected and away from these people, because this is crazy and it's real.
But do you know what's really sad is us, because we are in an industry where it does happen. We are in an industry where a lot of artists had to sell their souls to become famous, and they have witnessed exactly what we're speaking about. Like, I worry about this young artist. His name is YK Osiris. He is a singer. He has a old school, soulful Bobby Womack type voice for his age. And he's like one of those people where you just can't deny them. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have to do his marketing, and he didn't have to like beg and try to get in the into the like industry, because his voice just did it all for him. So he was different. So when he got into it, his first song, I forgot his name. I think it's called Worth It. Worth It. YK Osiris. So now he's in the industry. This young man, Google this, guys. This young man, like 6 months into the industry, he did a video, Miz, and I felt it in my heart. It looked like he wanted to cry. He said, listen, I didn't come into this industry for all of this devil worshiping stuff.
Who said that?
YK Osiris, this young R&B artist. He said, I didn't know the industry was like this. I came here to make music. I didn't come to sell my soul. So I was like, oh man, they're going to take this kid out because he's exposed. So he laid off for like a few months or whatever. But he has some new songs out, but they could be old, because you know how music could have been made like a couple years back. But please look out and pray for that young man. He is not feeling the stuff that he's seen. He said,
go ahead. No.
He said that this industry is the work of the devil. So I don't know what he was exposed to, but he must have been around someplace and some people and saw some stuff, and he was like, oh, hell no.
Yes. I definitely, look, come on. I think that we all are aware that this is what it is in this industry, sadly. And I don't know if you guys remember that Justin Bieber went through this too. Do you remember when he went through this and said he wasn't doing music no more and he needed to get closer to God, and he started going into the churches because of whatever he was going through in the music? I don't know if y'all remember that, but I do. I remember it very clearly, because I said he's seeing something and something is going on that's frightening this kid. But then he got back into it. Who knows what the hell is going on? Sometimes people get thirsty enough and they they want that fame so bad that people would do anything.
Yeah.
And also, it also made me wonder, I'm not going to say that it don't have nothing to do with Puffy, but remember Mace got away from it and became a pastor. So, people, they run from it, but then some come right back.
Man, they come back for that money. You know what I mean? They come back for that money. But I don't have 100% proof of this, but I do know that the people that are really in high positions are a part of a secret society, and that secret society worships the devil. It's the truth. It dates back to the freaking Rolling Stones. they said there was a song they made about the devil. They said that their career did not take off until they made that song. Lil Wayne made the song Umbrella or Rain. Remember Umbrella? Lil Wayne? Was he with?
I mean, I gotta hear the song.
Yeah. He said that whole song was a ritual. He said that the video and the song was a Illuminati ritual pertaining to
Lil
Wayne
Wayne
and all that.
That up.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. So I found that Osiris clip. Can we just listen to it like really, really fast?
Sure. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
All right. So since we don't have any visual, I want you guys to just listen to YK Osiris. He's a young brother that's an R&B singer, very, very talented, and this is him talking from his heart.
So, you need a logo. The obvious choice is going to Fiverr.
You think rapping and singing is a blessing, you're not using God in vain and his name in vain? That's not a blessing from God. Stop saying it's a blessing from God. It's not a blessing. It's a blessing from the devil. If you're not using his name, it's a blessing from the devil. So stop saying that it's a God blessing. Because y'all always talking about these rappers, always talking about and giving y'all all these stupid ass talks. Oh, this God bless it, what God wants you to do. No, this is not what God wants you to do. You go through all this shit. The devil give you all this money. Go through all this shit to destroy yourself. You destroy yourself. This is not God blessing, my nigga. God don't want you to do God don't want you to talk about no sex, money, cars, clothes, and hoes. What makes you think it's a blessing? What makes you think that? You see, I'm gonna tell you something. They always want you to, you know what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to, they always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. That's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they dealing with emo spirits. They dealing with killing themselves. They dealing with, man, come on, man. Like, dude, like, y'all don't understand, my nigga. Stop saying that it's a God blessing. This is not from God. This is not from God. Business, and I'll be honest with you, bro. I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me. But I do it because I feed my family. But I don't want to be in this. This is not what God want me to do. God don't want me to do this. But I do it to feed my family. And I want to get out this. I want to get out of the music industry because yes, you go through pain. You go through this because this is what the devil wants you to go through to destroy yourself. The devil wants you to go through this to destroy yourself. But y'all wouldn't understand because y'all not really, some of y'all, I understand that y'all not really hooked on to it, but this is not what the God wants you to do. I'd rather sing about God than sing against him. Because understand that you're singing against him. You're rapping against him. You're not singing for him. Understand this, y'all.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not gonna play like the whole entire thing, but he said that he at the end, he was at a few functions and he was like, I got to get the hell out of here. So I don't know, man. Sometimes you get what
I think we hear these stories a lot and all the time where a lot of these artists, when they do make it and they finally get closer to some of the so-called higher ups in the industry, they start to notice that things is not quite how they imagine it to be.
Yes.
So I do believe that this is a very dangerous industry. It is. That's exactly why y'all see me doing what y'all see me doing now. I be like, fuck that music, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on it. I'm getting away from this shit too.
I gotta have other shit to fall back on. I'm not selling my soul.
You see.
I feel you, man.
So
God bless the indie artists. Did you notice how 50 Cent music is not really being played on the radio anymore for the past few years?
Yeah. I mean, once in a blue moon, I'll hear something on if it's a what do you call that? When you drive in from work, what is it called?
What is
something out. I forgot, but
the traffic something?
Yeah, maybe the traffic jam or something like that.
Okay. Well, Jimmy Iovine, he is he's the guy that founded Interscope Records, Apple Music, and all that stuff, selling beats. And like Jimmy Iovine is a music mogul, heavy hitter. Like he is the man calling the fucking shots and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
So him and 50 had some kind of riff or beef about something. And he's the reason why 50 Cent music doesn't get played on regular FM airwaves now.
Get out of
So,
here.
yeah. So, huh?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So 50 Cent, he is a businessman. So he's like, fuck that. I'm gonna take it to the big screen and put my music in there. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, he's a very smart guy, but I say that to say he still got to follow some rules. Don't care how big and how rich you get, you still got to follow some rules. There are rules to this game, and if you don't follow them, they will take all that shit away from you. But that's a whole nother story, man. But it just intertwines with power and people in positions to buy and sell anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Money talks, man. Money and power goes together.
It sure the hell do.
Wow. I'm surprised Facebook ain't kick us off yet.
Yeah, how long we been on here?
More than an hour.
Oh shoot. All right, well.
Been an hour and 20 minutes. So I think we should end this on that hour 30 mark, Miz.
Yes, let's do it.
What you drinking? Water now?
Yes, I still gotta look. I drink, but I love me some water. Okay.
Yeah.
Water is my favorite drink. So no matter what I have, I gotta have water. Water, I love water.
Got you. So in conclusion, Lady Miz, about the trafficking and all that stuff, what do you want to say to people?
I want to tell people to please be careful. Watch your kids very closely. Watch yourself very closely. Women, watch yourself. Men, watch yourself too. You can't just think that when you hear about these things that it's some old white man or something like that. This comes in many different colors and many different forms. So be very careful. Do your research. We're not saying that you have to believe anything that we're saying. We're telling you to go look it up for yourself and determine what you believe to be the truth. And when you do that, just be careful and also share with others so that you can be helpful to others too. Because there might be someone who don't know about this that's just going over, with their everyday life and not being aware. And awareness is everything.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that because I watched this girl. She just vanished and they couldn't figure out why. She vanished in broad daylight. She went shopping at Target. So Target has an immaculate camera system. So the only way they were able to find the killer, they walked with her through each aisle watching her. So they noticed a guy checking her out. Now this is like 2:30 in the afternoon. So they're like noticing him. So he saw her about to leave. He runs out to meet her by her car, and they had to play it back slow. So he ran up on her, pushed her in the car, drove off, sexually abused her, killed her. It's just that easy. It's just that quick. It was in broad daylight. So please be vigilant and like my job always taught me, keep your head on a swivel. Meaning always look around. It don't make you a punk. One more thing. We have some very high racial tension going on in America right now. The KKK and those hate groups see that if they come out, that they're outnumbered because we're uniting now and we will squash their asses. However, they're sneaking people. If you live in rural areas, suburban areas, please be aware of your surroundings. If you see a car broke down in the street that's kind of blocking traffic, back up. Don't get out your car trying to assist or nothing. Back up, call the authorities, let them co-help. That is a setup. All of these hangings are not suicide. These people are being taken in the middle of the night, and I'm sad to say, but it's people that know the law and has probably been in law enforcement committing these crimes. That's all I'm saying. Just please be careful, people.
Yeah, some shit happened to me a while back too, though. Because yeah, you got to be careful. Oh boy, damn, this is a crazy world. I don't even know. You know, I feel bad to even bring kids in this world. Like even people that's having babies now. I just look and I'm like, damn, what do they have to face now? You know what I mean? I'm glad that my kids are getting a little bit older, but they're still my kids. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, we ain't never safe, yo. We're never safe. Enjoy yourself and enjoy your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But life goes on, man. And we got to keep it going. But talk that talk, Lady Miz DJ Radio Global. We're here to bring it to you real. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See y'all later. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
No problem. Let me go out on a official talk that talk note. Give me a second. Miz, I apologize for the videos not showing up, but we did have the audio, and it all worked out.
It is all good. You know what I mean? We talking because we talking that talk. That's what it's about.
What's up, y'all? It's the one and only Lady Miz on DJC Radio Global, and you are now tuned in to Talk That Talk. Let's get it.
Peace.
Peace, y'all. Later.
Later. All right. Still going. What's going on here? Trying to stop it, and it is stuck.